Okay, so emotions, the mind, the spirit, and the body. They're all flowing together, dictating each other's reactions and responses that contribute to our reality. And just realizing that I'm standing, I'm in the kitchen doing dishes, but I'm catching my mind in this negative loop, in this negative pattern, thinking outcome situations, holding on to energies that are creating scenarios. But then I'm like, but this is fucking up my present. This is fucking up what it is that I am pulling in, what I'm drawing in, what I've been manifesting, what I've been putting in the work and the action into, what I've been speaking about, what I've been writing about. My mind and the emotions that I'm feeling that are dictating these plays, these scenarios in my mind, it's causing disruption in my receiving. So I'm sending you have to send the notification, you have to send the signal once you observe it that this isn't in alignment, not this, okay? So acknowledge it, accept it, and then move forward. Don't focus too much on trying to dictate the next thought, because then what happens, and what happened to me based off my current experience, is my mind started thinking out a new scenario. So what is the objective? What is occurring right now? What am I expecting moving forward next week? Okay, so I'm thinking about next week, an event that is coming up that's gonna make me happy, and now I'm thinking of scenarios that play out more into the future, into our experiences, into putting myself out there, being out there with my partner. I'm creating. That's the feeling. That's the emotion, and now my mind is creating this experience, this whole nother portal of life into the future right now, and I'm like, okay, I realize it and I get excited. It's bringing this excitement into my present moment, thinking about the future. I watched a video from 19 Keys, and he was just talking about how we have lost a sense of how we view our life, these seeing through the future, how we're seeing through the future, and the energy that we possess seeing into the future, seeing into next week and getting excited about it. And so these seeds that I am planting as well are creating portals for awareness, for healing, for expansion, for correction. And even with that, that's why it's important for what we intake, what we feed our mind, what we feed our ears, because that will all play a role into the acceleration or the deceleration of our life, of our experiences. Because now that I have been able to channel that energy and that awareness and actually correct it, now I am able, that's when the action, just the let me do this, let me come outside and pick up my phone and chat, let me take this time to ground as well, come out here on a nice walk, but also using this to create. Because this is who I say I am, if this is my passion, if this is what I feel is a part of my destiny, a part of my calling, I have to be doing things that contribute to that. When we know what we know, we make conscious decisions and conscious actions that lead us to experiences or things that we do in our present that just, aid in that, and how we show up for ourselves. Ritual. How are we consistent with? I also just had to finish my look. Okay. I'm like, okay, if I get up and go look in the mirror, am I gonna feel good? Like, you have to, the person that, when you get up and you look in the mirror after you've got yourself together for the day, if you don't look good, feel good when you look in the mirror, that's gonna contribute to these experiences too. There are things that we have to do in the present and the rituals that we have to keep up with if we want to maintain or attract certain experiences and energies, and upgrade our energetic field, because our outward reality and our outward appearance also contributes to the quality of our inside and how we take care of our spirit. And for me, one thing is how I look. If I look good, I'm going to feel good, especially being a woman. So, what I know, if I'm trying to change the energy around, for my day, I know that I need to get up and I need to take care of my look. I need to put on my gloss, my liner, my mascara. I need to do my edges or whatever, adds and enhances my feature as a woman, as the feminine. And then when you do that, when you go into these spaces or just in your home, you are setting a standard. You are upgrading the frequency by upgrading yourself. And that's why at a certain point and at a certain period, once we realize that, the only focus needs to be how you contribute to yourself and how you show up for others, not how they're showing up for you and the energy that they're putting off, just who you are and how you show up. And naturally, the energy will reflect that. The people around you, their energies will reflect that, or they will be cut out of your reality. And this is the season of accepting that too. Once you start to realize that someone is no longer in alignment, or they are not doing the work, or even just showing up, and you're showing up for you in a way that reflects alignment and ascension on what you want to feel, on how you want to feel when people show up for you, how you show up for people. Once those things become out of alignment, or just how these people live and the frequencies they hold, once it's out of alignment, you have to make the conscious decision to let it go. If people aren't removing you, then you need to do yourself the favor and let people go. You can't hold on to who you think people are, and maybe next year, in the next 6 months, and the next couple of years, maybe you'll be able to rekindle these things, and maybe you will see growth and expansion in these areas. And no, it's about right now. What do you need right now? And the people and the things that you're doing right now, are they contributing to your future? But also just contributing to helping you right now, bringing you these emotions, these feelings that you want to feel, that make right now beautiful too, because it's not always just about looking into the future either. It's not always about looking into the future, but one key thing is looking forward to the future with joy, with happiness, while you are in enjoyment of your physical right now. And that's where gratitude does come into. Are we truly grateful for what it is that we have right now? Do we truly see the beauty in our lives right now? Because how can we keep on attracting, asking, wanting more, when you have never took a moment to see the gratitude in the right now, and the tools in your life force for right now, for your mind right now, for the fact that you have everything that you need in this moment right now to thrive. And I think that is a part of the bigger picture, understanding the value of energy, and the value and the fact that in the right now, always right now, it is always a creative pool for it is always a creative pool, right, to pull from, to create with. But I can't take away the fact that it's okay in this present moment too, which is something I had seen as confirmation too. It's okay for in this moment, this present moment, to be grateful and still say, I want more. I need more of this. I want to be experiencing more of this, because we can't take that away too. That we can be grateful. We can be in gratitude, knowing that when you know what you want, and that's where that comes from. That's where that comes from. So both feelings are valid. You know, you can be grateful for what you have now and be like, you know what? I know I deserve more. I'm about to become the embodiment of what it is that I want. I know that. So I walk like that. So I speak like that. So I walk away from things that don't feel like that don't radiate that don't even seem like it could lead me to that. Okay? And if you got people in your life who are afraid to walk away from things like that, then you shouldn't even be associating with that either. And that's where detachment comes in. Like, no matter, at a certain point, it's like no matter how much you think or you actually love someone and you feel these feelings towards people, you have to know, is this actually benefiting me in a way that contributes to my expansion? And those are the hardest, things and experiences when we go through that, and we're just like, damn, I really have to let this go. I know you're a good person, you know, but this doesn't really this isn't really accelerating me, this isn't really what I need. Not even about acceleration. Like, this isn't the experience that I need in this lifetime, in this right now. And sometimes it's not even that it's not the experience that you need. Sometimes it's an experience that you enjoy, that you love, but an experience that was for a season. And now it's time to let go to experience more. I also just coming to the realization, like, as we migrate, migration is so beautiful. Don't be afraid of migration. It is so beautiful. And also, I started to feel like and think like, who am I? Who am I outside of my lineage, outside of my bloodline, outside of these labels? I'm out here with my man and my daughter, and we're out here experiencing a new part of life, of this realm that is December. It's December, and it's like 75 degrees. I'm in a tube top in shorts right now, and I've never vacationed to where I am right now. I live in Florida. I've never even vacationed here before I moved here. And I took that leap of faith. But with that was still attached to me and tied to me, these emotions, these cycles within the mind that, of course, I've been tapping into these energy fields, into this energy, into this awareness of me and my words and my power when I speak certain things. But now, if I want to expand further outside of where I am and really call in that reality that I know is for me, that is a part of my destiny, a part of my calling, then I have to address these things. I have to really see them and acknowledge what is coming to the surface right now. What is coming to the surface right now during this season? Why is it coming to the surface? Moving through it, working through it. And that's when we have to really tap into energy and what energy is and how can we regulate our nervous system? How can we heal and repair these stem cells, these nerves, our vision, our sight, which contributes to our mind because of the things that we experience. You know, we're in new spaces now. And so now a lot of things are coming up. And I think that's when activity starts to become, movement starts to become medicine. Frequency starts to become medicine, starts to become healing. Also, of course, what we put in our body starts to become healing and medicine because if I love myself, I eat well. I get up and I move. I listen to things that contribute to my growth, to my healing. I watch things that contribute to my growth, to my healing. Yes, I still make time for play and for fun, but there's a balance of that. We are manifestors. And if you are a woman, you are a portal. You bring life into this realm. So know that that is not the only thing that you do. You don't just birth humans into this world, you birth experiences. And that's why there's so much power in our tongue. There's so much power on what we consume too as women because it comes out. What comes in comes out. So what it is, we want to be consuming things that when we spit it out, it's not gonna cause chaos. It's not gonna poison the landfills. It's not gonna poison our experiences, our realities, because we are portals. We are so magical, and you got this. First, we must know what we want. Once we know what we want, the universe knows what we want without uncertainty. So we stop perceiving unsure experiences, and everything is certainty. And you're not afraid to speak that. Just what it is that you want, even if it doesn't reflect what it is that you have now. Because in order to get what you want, you have to say what it is that you want. You have to speak it. and with knowing and firmness, and speak it even if you don't know it right now fully, or if you say it with doubt. Continue to speak it and feel it and make actions towards those things until it feels right, until you feel how it feels when you have that, until you have that and you enjoy the feeling of having it. Everything that we do and everything in life is magical. So there's no reason and there's no room for doubt. But I get it. But this is the calling into the remembrance, into the action, into getting up and doing it and not just saying it, into showing up as you are, who you are. And if you don't like how you're showing up, change who you are right now. You don't have to wait until tomorrow. You don't have to wait until you go to bed. You got one small thing that you've been putting off that's only going to take 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Eat better, drink more water, write more, journal more. Life favors you and works totally in your favor. And one thing I realized too is like, I cannot be afraid of who I am, knowing that I'm a magical woman, knowing that I live in a magical land, in this magical realm. You can't be afraid of, and that's where letting go of certain things and people. If showing up as who you are, if showing up as your authentic, if showing up as your authentic self makes you feel like, if you feel like you can't show up as your authentic self because it's gonna scare people away, because it's gonna make you miss opportunities, then those opportunities really aren't for you. You want to do something, you want to say something, you want to post something, but you're afraid of posting it or saying it or doing this thing, pursuing this thing because you're worried about how other people are going to feel and if it's going to make people not want to associate with you anymore. But those shit, that just means those aren't the people for you. Hey. Yeah. The world is yours. This is your universe. This is your universe, your personal universe. So if you don't like something, change it. You have the controller. You can move the pieces, add pieces, remove pieces, whatever you want. But I hope you guys have a beautiful, bliss filled cycle, flow, the rest of your day, the rest of your month, the rest of your week. Hope it is filled with abundance, joy, and gratitude. Peace.